If you're looking for a sourdough discard recipe, then I have one. Yes, my dear friends, this is a sourdough naan recipe that uses no yogurt. In fact, I have not used dairy here. So let's get started with sourdough with whole wheat flour and oats. For this recipe, you need half cup of whole wheat flour and 1/4 cup of oat flour, and 1 cup measures 240 ml. Mix both flours, and next step is to add 7 to 8 garlic cloves chopped. You may use roasted or unroasted. Half teaspoon of roasted jeera powder, half teaspoon of salt. I have used mineral salt here. Coriander leaves, and yes, these are my homegrown coriander leaves. Post in comments if you want to learn how to grow, store dhania fresh for long and how to make green coriander powder at home. I have already shared the process. I'll be sharing another video in which I'll be posting everything together. Next is to add 1 tablespoon of whole wheat sourdough starter. Remember, we all made this starter together a few months ago? Yes, it is the same sourdough starter, and I have been feeding it and refreshing it every third day in the refrigerator. So you need 1/4 cup plus 2 to 3 tablespoons of water to knead the dough. Knead the dough until it feels all elastic. Knead it, you may need to knead it for at least 4 to 5 minutes. Yes, usually sourdough naans or sourdough bread are not kneaded this way, but I follow my own ways. At this stage, the dough felt very sticky, so I added 1 tablespoon of besan or chickpea flour. If you don't want to include chickpea flour, you may add atta or oats instead. But the dough must be loose. Do not add a lot of dry flour. 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra flour is more than enough. Now at this stage, add 1 teaspoon of oil and start kneading it again until it looks a little better. And remember, I follow my own ways, so because I believe in learning through experience. So I don't follow any specific or any laid down guidelines or steps. I follow what I feel it right. So I follow my own ways, and because learning is better through experience. So you should also do this. Now the dough looks better to me, so I decided to brush it with oil and cover it and keep it in the refrigerator for at least 5 to 6 hours for slow proofing. You can keep it in the refrigerator for 10 to 12 hours as well. And before making the naan, take it out from the fridge at least 30 minutes before you start with the next process. Now dust the surface with flour, take a small ball, and we'll be making a naan shape. It is not a roundel, but it is an oblong type. So you will need to press it gently. Don't be very hard on the dough. Otherwise, we will be spoiling the network of yeast that has developed inside. Now be gentle when rolling out, and then once it will not be a very thin nor a very thick type of roti. So now brush one side with water, keep it at least twice the thickness of a roti. Drop on a hot skillet, and at this time you need to cook it on a low flame. Once you see the bubbles, flip the skillet directly over the flame and turn the flame to high. And this is exactly how we make tandoori roti as well. Cook it and make sure the naan cooks from all sides. So keep moving the tawa. Brush with butter, ghee or oil, whatever you want to. I have used olive oil here because I prefer olive oil most of the times. Now let's try this again. I hope you're enjoying this sourdough naan recipe. It is my recipe and I have experimented with it 2 or 3 times. I loved it, so I decided to share it with you all. Sourdough naan, sourdough discard recipe, you can say, that uses no yogurt. And do write to me in comments how you find this sourdough flatbread recipe. It is full of flavors from coriander, garlic and jeera, and of course the slow proofing from sourdough starter really adds deeper, intense flavors to the naan. Again, cook it on a low flame, and if you are looking for a recipe to make your own sourdough starter at home with whole wheat flour in India, then I have shared a complete series of day-to-day updates on making your own sourdough starter with whole wheat at home. So do try out that entire series, which has day-to-day records. And yes, oh wow, our sourdough garlic sourdough starter, sourdough naan, is ready to be relished. And I relished it with paneer. I hope you like this recipe. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe.